stress up off my mind. I'm just sitting back, press rewind. Block the news. Sent her a text, no reply. So tell my boys I love them. Yeah, some men committed suicide. But God's word got me looking for a paradise. This is hell, and life's a gamble. Yeah, and yeah, we roll a paradise. Yeah, no tears. Yeah, I let them fall too many times. Real men who were kings. Yeah, could feel what's wrong with our kind. Yeah, and I'm trapped in a bind. Transgressions catching up from behind.
Real nigga roll call. I got ox across the globe, y'all. Doing what I'm supposed to. Get out your emotions.
See, I'm just doing fine. I'ma sip this glass of wine. Yeah, lay back and recline. This is genre called life. Don't judge me, I'm a lie. On one condition. If you form and ain't against them, well, I ain't formed. Been on my mission since my dream, like 2010-ish. I'm about to cream, just for defenses. I got the basics, mama taught me vision. So when I fly, I'ma glide on these critters. I want the Holy Land, the dishing inches. Something they ain't seen before. Spoke to the tree that glowed. So everything I know is let my people go. Red light, green light, hitting gringos. Trying to keep me on my ass while I'ma eat, bro. I stay loyal to the truth while I'm an ego. And I'm sticking to the script cause that's my ego. Cause what I look like some kind of me-go. I got killers holding back until that sequel.
Real nigga roll call. I got ox across the globe, y'all. Doing what I'm supposed to. Get out your emotions.
See, I'm just doing fine. I'ma sip this glass of wine. Yeah, lay back and recline. This is genre called life. Don't judge me, I'm alright.
Yeah. Yeah. When you see some light, that's a breakthrough. Concrete jungle, it's a damn zoo. Eyes wide, while they live on snooze. I hope in what you touch impact some souls. Picture perfect, nigga, like a centerfold. I'm all about my bread, that's the dinner roll. Do it on my lonely, you can send the word. I remember drinking until my speech was slurred. But karma is the bitch, you better treat it right. It's power in these thoughts, she gave me mic. But this your life, nigga roll the dice. Eviction notice, try not to notice. But through your ups and downs, trying to find your purpose. Girded in this truth, blocking evil forces. Good intentions, create your invention. No huddle, fourth and inches. Keep on trying, heart of a lion. Keep on climbing on your way to Zion. Highs and lows, no time to fold. Since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold. Keep on trying, heart of a lion. Keep on climbing on my way to Zion. Highs and lows, no time to fold. Since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold. You headed to them streets, trying to fill the void. Trying to box with God, trying to win our floor. All these traps, gotta count the joy. I lift my voice up like a trumpet though. Wash away these sins and these transgressions. Change your outlook, that's your only weapon. But we the black Jews, these is mental Jews. Trying to set a pace while they drive on cruise. Can't trust their actions, they intent is cruel. I'm from a sunny place where it's shady people. Erase your history and they say we equal. Do your all in this world, they make you feeble. Built these corporations, look how they treat you. Get up on your grind, I'm thinking ownership. I know your past mistakes equate to something better. He give visions to the blind. Helen Keller. Keep on trying, heart of a lion. Keep on climbing on your way to Zion. Highs and lows, no time to fold. Since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold. Keep on trying, heart of a lion. Keep on climbing on my way to Zion. Highs and lows, no time to fold. But since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold.
Mark chapter 12 and verse 29 says, Yahawah answered them, the first of all commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Shema Yasha Allah, Yahawah Alahayanawa, Yahawah Akkad Aman. We are back. We are back. All of you can see what's on the board here. All right. All of you know what this means. Tonight is Hebrew class. We're back again on the Hebrew. Again, warming up and starting off with just what's on the board here. There's been a series on these classes that I've gone into before. Those of you that have studied, practiced, and retained it should be able to decipher what this is on the board before we proceed and continue forward with tonight's lesson. Shalom, shalom to those in the chat and to those that are coming in. Those that are new, please let it be known. That way I know I'm able to interact and make sure you're not behind. Everyone learns at a different place, but it's important to be considerate for newcomers that are coming into the class. All right. All right, so this on the board here says Shalom Rum family. Arab Tawab, which means peace. Rum family, good evening. Tawab is good, Arab is evening. But of course, we know the adjectives comes after within the Hebrew. So because Hebrew is read from right to left, of course, we know it would swap. So Arab Tawab, which means good evening. This is why it comes afterwards. Again, Shalom, which is peace. Rum, this is the school of Rum and Gamariah. Mashpacha, which is family in the Hebrew. And then Arab Tawab. Tonight's going to be simple. Wanted to show everyone names within the scriptures and see who can decipher them accordingly, especially to what the meanings of the names are. And then to close class out with the prayer afterwards. Let's proceed forward. Let's proceed forward. All right, so there are plenty of names within the scriptures. There are plenty of names within the scriptures aside from the ones that brothers and sisters have within the school, but also recollections of genealogies of families of all 12 tribes, captivities, prophets, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is give the name in Hebrew, or excuse me, give the name in English first before it's converted into the Hebrew. We'll learn the pronunciations of the name accordingly to the letters. And then what we'll do from there afterwards is give the meanings. Oh, I think this is right. So the English is going to be on the left-hand side, the Hebrew I'm going to put on the right-hand side. I like that first thing. Right, and this last one. All right. So all of you can see here, the first one says Azariah, the second one's Abimelech, the third one's Obadiah, the next one is Shekinah. Now remember, if any of you have been inside the previous classes, the connectors mean you pronounce the letters together. Again, you pronounce the letters together. If you do not see the connector, then you pronounce it separate. But if they're underneath the letters, then you pronounce them together. All right, so everyone take this down. Yep. Is that a duck? Come on, that's a duck. All right. Now what I'm going to do is give the meanings. So Azariah is God has helped, or Yahawah has helped. We know that the Yah, we should know the YAH at the ending of a name denotes the Heavenly Father's presence and denotes his title being used, which is why it says God here. Now Abimelech, Abimelech means my father is king. The first two letters Abba, Abba is father. Yah, we know that Yah as a suffix denotes and means my, it is possessive. So my father, Malak, is king. Abimelech is Abaya Malak, which means my father is king. Obadiah. Now pronounced in Hebrew, it's Obadiah, which means
worshiper of the Most High. Yahweh's worshiper.
or necessarily, Obadiah is the servant of God. And then the last one, Shechaniah. Shekhan is dwell or abode. So Shekaniah, which is Shechaniah in English, is dwelling with God. All right, so we have Azariah, Abimelech, Obadiah, and Shechaniah. In Hebrew, it is pronounced Azariah, Abimelech, Obadiah, Shechaniah. Azariah is God is helped. My father is king, Abimelech. Obadiah, servant of God. Shechaniah, Shechaniah, dweller with God. All right, we give it a few more seconds. Note this one down before we move to the next portions. Now again, we have the English for all four names. We have the Hebrew, and then we have the meanings. So the difference between Israel and the rest of the nations, not that other nations don't do it, is that Israelite names have meaning. It carries essence. When the Lord said, Yahawah being in Matthew 5, that you're the salt of the earth, this is one of the aspects and folds he was talking about because of the power and the beauty that Israelite names carry. All right. I'm going to erase, proceed forward. All right. Got that out the way. Let's get the next few. Fire. We have the Keel. Immer. Gonna go I on this one. And a field. All right. Now the first one. The first one, Josephiah. All right. All right. All right. So Josephiah, the first one. The Hebrew pronunciation would be Yahawah, which means Yahawah acts, or God acts, or God has acted. Jehiel would be Yah or Yahawah, which means God lives. Agil would be Yaga'al in the Hebrew, means he redeems. Emmer, Amar, which is to speak, to pronounce, to say, just simply means he hath said. Or can pretty much just denote any tense because Hebrew is very manifold. All right. And then Ethiel. Ethiel is Yahawah, powerful name, which means Ayat Ya'ala, which means God is with me. It's one of my favorites.
That's the next one.
Sir, shalom, shalom to those that are coming in. We have gotten through the first four names, but we're continuing on with the lesson to proceed forward with the rest of them. Just so you guys get more of an understanding and just are able to see more of the names that are outside of the prophets, captivities, the genealogical names recorded of within the first 5 books, and the histories afterwards. So these are just more names on the board aside from the first 4 we had went through for those that are just now coming in.
Were you trying to name a new baby?
Definitely names to take down if you are in the season of childbearing. Makwash, let's say Ithio in the Paleo again, Baba Kosha. So Ithio is Yat Ya'ala. So you have the Ya and the Tha there that's connected. That's Ayat and then Ya'ala, which means God is with you. The at the beginning of the name denotes I speaking in first person, which is why the me is at the ending of the definition. As we say, I in Hebrew is Anya, the being the first letter in the alphabet, can also connotate and mean someone is talking about and speaking about themselves. Yes, sir, I got indeed. We got more on the list. As soon as you guys will give it a couple more before I erase these and we'll proceed to continue. Again, for those coming in, we did just go over 4 prior and previously. I'm going to keep adding to the list of more of the names that are biblically recorded. All right. Let me erase to proceed and continue. Can you pronounce the last one if you don't mind? So again, so Josephiah again. Why did it keep dropping? So in the Hebrew, it would be Yahawah, so you would spell it like this. Yahawah and then YAH at the end. So Yahawah with the YAH at the end. And then Ethiel, I'm hoping you guys can see this. Marker's lighting up a little bit. Ethiel would be Ayat Ya'ala. So wrong connectors, there we go. And then this is how you would spell it. So Josephiah would be Yahawah, and then Ethiel would be Ayat Ya'ala, and this is how you would spell it in English from the Hebrew Paleo spelling. So Ethiel is a little bit of a longer one, because because it has a lot of syllables. But again, Ayath, Ya'ala, and then Josephiah is literally just Yahweh with a Ya at the end. So Yahweh. But remember, it's Y-A-H. Y-A-H, which denotes that the Most High's name is being used and also a part of it. So remember, the Y-A-H at the ending of it denotes the Most High and its connotation to the name, which means God adds or God has added. And again, Ayat Ya Allah, we know the Allah is power or denotes strong, mighty ones, or denotes God-like authorities within the two letters. So Allah at the ending of the name denotes God or denotes powers and authorities. Sarah Khan Bakwash. All right. All right, let me proceed. Let me erase these. Let's continue. Again, for those coming in, do not miss the first four names we did go over. All right. All right. We have the first one. We have Azariah. A little bit more room for that one. All right. We have the first one. That's Azariah. We have the second one, Adonikim. We have the third one, Azariah. We have the fourth one, Gamariah. We have the last one, Abimelech. Now, once you become more familiar with the smaller words in Hebrew, the names will come and flow easily with the definitions of what it is that they mean. So, for the first one, being Azariah, it means my help. My help is God. Izar, that's help. Yah is after the help, which is why it's my help is God. Allah is at the end. My help is God. Adonai means.
Say that again.
So Azrael, so Adonai. So Adonai is the second name. Which means my Lord arose. Or has risen. Name is actually prophetic because our Lord definitely did rise or did rose, and he has risen. The name is actually prophetic and beautiful within itself. All right. We have the third name, Azariah. Oh, I'm sorry, Salaki. I forgot how to pronounce this one in Hebrew. So, Adonai in the Hebrew is Adunya Kwam. So, Adunya Kwam is Adonai in the Hebrew. Again, my Lord arose. Azariah is Azariah Allah. The third, Nazaiah. Nazaiah in the Hebrew is Natazayah, which means preeminence. Or one who is preeminent. One who is first, one who was born prodigal, one who was born to succeed, lead. The one that is the firstborn. All right. And then Gamariah. Gamariah, the fourth name is Gamariah in the Hebrew. That is, Yahawah has accomplished. Gamariah is Gamariah in the Hebrew. Yahawah has accomplished. All right, and the last one, Abimael, is Abaya Malak, which means my father is king. All right. I die, yes, sir. All right, so the five names again. We have Azrael, that's Azariah Allah, my help is God. Adonai, Adunya Kwam, my Lord arose or risen. Messiah, Natazayah, which is preeminence. Preeminence means first, chosen, prodigal, that which or that who exceeds others. A prodigy, if you will. Gamariah, Gamariah in the Hebrew. Yahawah has accomplished. Last one, Abimael, Abaya Malak, my father is king. Kwam, like rise up. Like when we say Kwam Yasha Allah, rise up Israel. Sister Yazak, Salaki is Abimelech, and Abimael, the same meaning. Concepts, just different ways of putting it inside English.
It's like my son.
There's different transliteration of Hebrew names that can be put into English. The brother Maya Ka'ala used an example. His son's name is Micaiah, and of course his name is Maya Ka'ala. Micaiah is Mayakah in the Hebrew, and Mayaka'ala would be his name, but both denote the Most High's presence and essence within both of the names in pronouncing it. I'm actually glad she asked that. So whenever you guys see an AEL, like in English, when you guys see this inside Hebrew, AEL, IEL, UEL, and OEL all denote Allah at the ending of the names. Salaki. Oh, Salaki. I was thinking of a film. Nope, that's my mistake. Sister, yeah, let me correct myself. Just fix myself with the suffix, right? So Abimael, I was thinking of Abimelech, Salaki, because the first three letters of the Abim is what threw me off. Abimael inside Hebrew is Abaya Allah, which means my father is God. Because AEL, IEL, UEL, and OEL all denote and connotate Allah at the ending of the name inside of Hebrew.
I got a question.
Hmm?
How can we tell if the names are masculine or feminine?
You'll definitely be able to see it only because when you read the scriptures, it's not unlikely to see that within our culture, you feel the presence of masculinity and femininity. So these names particularly wouldn't be given to women. And likewise for men. But it's not like
I was more like saying like if there's a context clue in the lettering itself, it's like in Spanish or like in French, you would have different endings or different like instead of saying hijo, you say hija.
right.
So one is son, one is daughter. Would it ever change in Hebrew, or is it just
For context clues, like it would probably be for like brother Ak and sister Akwaf. But I know what you mean by that. I'd have to say no, only because Hebrew is the parent to the rest of the languages. For French, Spanish, English, like say Azriela. I mean Azriel. You could feminize it and make it Azriela for a female. Or Ariel for Ariel inside where David dwelt. Ariel means lion of God. But if you say Ariella, it changes the meaning of it to denote feminine in a woman or a girl, which means lioness of God. Or Daniel, which Daniel means God is my judge. Daniela would be the female version. Right. To correct my mistake again, Abimael is my father is God, or my father is power. So again, when you see AEL, IEL, UEL, and OEL, Joel, Samuel, Daniel, and Abimael, like a name like this, it denotes that Allah is used inside the Hebrew at the end. Bakwash asks, could Azariah Allah be an example of that switch from masculine to feminine? Bakwash, it could be. It could be, but the meaning of those two names, if you're going to use Azariah Allah, that would be my help is God, whereas Azar Allah would just be God helps. Especially when you're writing it within the Hebrew, because the Yah would drop. So Azar Allah, the I would be there. Azar would probably just be God helps. But it definitely does work to kind of feminize and masculinate names to show the difference between the two. All right. We got those down. Let's get our next one. Again, I want to show, like, outside of the common names, that we know, we know brothers in the school, sisters in the school, we salute one another, we speak to one another, but kind of to give more of room to see how much Hebrew names and characters there are within the scriptures, and more names we can know and learn. All right. I'll put a star next to this. All right. Now we got 6. Now we got 6. All right. So the first one. The first one. Pelathiah. All right. The third one. Bad. Erase to give some room. All right. So Mattathiah. And then last one. Azariah. All right, let's get the meanings. All right. Pelathiah is Palatya in the Hebrew. And it means Yahawah delivers. The next one, Salathiel or Shealtiel, which is another way of This word that I'm about to pronounce inside English, another transliteration. Salathiel or Sheltiel is Sha'al Thaya'al. One of my favorites, which means I have acts of the Most High. Divine extravagant. All right. Then we have Hananiah, which is Hananya in the Hebrew, means God has favor. This does look a little bit similar to the name all of you have heard of, Hannah. Hannah means grace and also denotes favor because one that obtains grace from the Most High obtains his favor. Gamaliel is Gamariah, which means reward of God. Or excuse me, my reward of God. Beautiful name for a son. Again, the water to the Officer Barak for asking the question earlier. So Gamaliel is masculine. That's masculine. The man Gamaliella would definitely be a beautiful name if you're going to feminize this. So again, Gamaliel, Gamaliella, if you want to feminize it, my reward. My reward of God. We know that children are the fruit of the womb. All right. If any of you picked up on it, Mattathiah, which means gift of Yahawah. Of course, we know during the oppression and time of the Greeks, the Apocrypha, of course, coming from Latin. Mattathiah, if any of you caught it, Mattathias. Remember the father of the Maccabean brothers. Mattathias. Mattathiah, which means gift of Yahawah. Last one would be Azariah. Azariah. Azariah is Sarakia, which means Yahawah has risen. We'll check the chat for questions. Adas's second name, rather. That's why I started, because it's one of my favorites. The way it's pronounced and how beautiful the name is. Salathiel Sha'al Thaya'ala. I have acts of the Most High. Aliyah said these names are so holy. And that's the importance of it. Of course, when you are renamed, to live up to your name or the name that emanates from your spirit and describes your character of who and what you are. But I'm doing this to show all of you how powerful the names are that we carry within our customs, our culture, and our language. Like you take Esau, for example, because you know we're opposites. Like they'll name their son or their kid Tom. Like what's a Tom? Or a Hank?
They'll name their kid Dick.
You see the difference between Esau and Jacob with names that we have like this, our own, Esau doesn't give any kind of mind to giving any kind of specialty towards the names that they pass on to the children.
Even I would say like the names that they give them are they're very dry. And they're like they're very meaningless.
Oh.
And sometimes even like they'll give names like according to like how they feel in the moment, and it's like very nothing to feel in the moment.
Right.
It's just crazy that they just don't have these names.
Or Bill.
Like even some of our names, like even our people that are not in the truth, come up with beautiful names.
The very most that they do is at least give them a Bible name. That's really about it.
And then like some of our people though, they got to chill with the names. Like Sharkeisha.
Yeah, that's the Ishas and everything like that. That's not Israelite culture.
Like
or the Avions.
Yeah.
Like I seen Latavion the other day. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I think in Puerto Rican culture, they name like there's a name like the Nostra, like those names like shit like that. I understand. I can't stand.
Zamaya said our names have meaning and beauty in them. Exactly. Our names have significant meaning to who we truly are. God, exactly, Ganon. And that's, when the Lord said the two nations are in thy womb, we're very two separate nations of people. Maquashax, but Aishta means a woman. God, it does that. All right, let me give it a couple before I give this last set of names. All right. Yo, Maquash, you a fool, man.
Nah, you were like that.
Yeah, Maquash might be right on it. Even on the left hand side, you see the sprinkle of significance that we're still the Lord's people. All right, let's finish this up. I would definitely say this would be definitely seems more fitting to be a woman's name, but can go either way. Ramalaya. Cadmiel. Maya. And Shephatiah. All right, so the first one. Ramaliah. Cadmiel. Oh, Salak. We'll put this in. Cadmiel. All right, next one, Magdiel. Nehemiah. And then last one, Shephatiah. Excuse me, Shephatiah. All right. So the first one, Ramaliah, which is in the Hebrew, Ramaliah, is protected by Yahawah. Cadmiel. Cadmiel is Qadam Ya'ala, which means God is the ancient one. When we begin class, we say Amadim Wapunyam Ha Qadam. Qadam is east, also in the Hebrew. It also denotes that God is known and reverenced in the east. Where is east and what particular people and nation is located in the east? The people and nation of Israel. You have Magdiel. Magdiel is Magad Ya'ala, which is the preciousness of God.
Our forefathers was putting in work, making names.
You're right. Wasn't just careless with it. It's how important childbearing is. King David said that children are the fruit of the womb. You then have Nehemiah, of course. This is one of the men inside of the books after Ezra, was his contemporary. Nehemiah is Nechemiah, which means comfort of God. Nechem is to console, to relieve, or of Yahawah, if you will. Comfort of Yahawah. Nechemiah in the Hebrew. And then you have Shephatiah. Shephatiah, Shapatiah, which means Yahawah has judged. All right. That concludes the names for this lesson. Sister Regalia said, I'm glad my mom taught me at a young age the power of names. Sis, that's beautiful. All praises. Ramaliah, all happy because you mentioned his name. All praises to Maya, all praises. Ramaliah is definitely a beautiful name. Ramaliah, protected by Yahawah. The second one, Kadmiel Kodam Ya'ala, the name of a Levite. Sister Yapa said she got the name Brittany. Oh, man. You're renamed in the faith. Don't worry about that. All right.
I don't even know what there is. He just looks like a deer. You got a question in the chat. Difference between
Shephatiah and Shapatiah and Yashapat. Yashapat. Because I'm not sure you spelled that right, the Yashapat, but Shephatiah, Shapatiah would be Yahawah has judged. Or did you mean Jehoshaphat? Yahawah Shapat, which means Yahawah has judged. I would say there's no difference because the IAH denotes Yahawah, and Sheph would be Shapat in the Hebrew, which means to judge. So Shephatiah or Jehoshaphat would both have similarly the same name. Again, it's just different in English transliterated. Hey, Ganut, Darius in Hebrew is Daryawash. Daryawash in Hebrew means Lord, man.
that's like a perfect name for Bernan. Like, I can just see it. I thought it's so funny because we're so used to calling each other Hebrew names, but no, we actually have real names.
Mm-hmm. So, Bakwash with that, so Shephatiah, Sheph would be Shapat, and Tiah would denote Yahawah. So, Sheph judge, TIA, the tie at the end would denote Yahawah. Jehoshaphat's name in the Hebrew is, Yahawah Shapat, which means the Yahawah would be here and the Shapat afterwards, which denotes Yahawah has judged. Because that's exactly what Jehoshaphat's name means. So it's actually the same name. It's just flipped because of how it's pronounced at the beginning compared to the end. Jehoshaphat versus Shephatiah. Like the Shaphat part in Jehoshaphat's name is the judge. The Jeho denotes Yahawah, which is why it means Yahawah has judged. Shephatiah, Sheph would be Shapat, and the Tiah would be Yahawah. So Shephatiah would be Yahawah has judged, or judgment from Yahawah. You got to put that in the chat. Absolutely, Ganan. I actually put it here. So Darius is Daryawash. Daryawash. Darius, Daria, Washington, the Hebrew.
I think my name is Hebrew too. It's just pronounced it.
No,
My name is Mikhail.
it could be Michael. It could be the different, different transliterations of Michael, so on and so forth. So Daria, Wash, Darius means Lord. Sister Barnab said mine is Daisha. My mom said she was trying to choose a name close to my dad's name, which is David. So the first part is similar, which is Day. All right, sis, ain't nothing wrong with that. The question said mine is Jonathan Malik.
It just feels like reading so
God has given the king. That's powerful. Quash, that's powerful.
Is Anthony
I wouldn't say so. All right. Let me erase you. You got questions in the chat? Or if anybody wants to ask. All right. All right. I'm going violent from now on. Yeah, but no, chill out. What's Igdalia in ancient Hebrew? Or Igdalia? Ah. That would be according to the coordinates. All right. God. So Sister Igdalia, it would be Yagad Raya, and then this is how you would write it in English, which means Yahawah is great. Calm, Bakwa. Sister Yapa said I never stood a chance. My mom said mine was between Bridget and Bridget. See, now Bridget is definitely a white. That's
100.
yeah. That's loser with the braces and shy to talk about it. Oh gosh, not Bridget.
Oh, bring me over, Bridget.
Sister Yas said my dad wanted sons, but when we came out as daughters, gave me and my sister Gabrielle and Danielle as middle names instead of Gabriel and Daniel. Definitely, again, with the feminization of names, you definitely can do that. Definitely can do that. Any more questions in the chat before we close out with our Hebrew prayer? Any names I need to rewrite? Again, those that joined the class later, remember to look back at the first names at the beginning of class for those that came in late to get all of the names down so that you don't miss out on any of the ones we are already gone over. Yes, sir, Bakwash. Shayarad, did you ever go over the previous test we did? Sis, no, I did not. We will be continuing the series with 2 Samuel and Hebrew, though. But the last test, no. The last test was not graded.
Lord have it.
Your way.
Lord have it.
Is it in all caps?
And then just the for a breakdown.
Uh-huh. All right. All right. So, Lord, all caps, have it your way, would be Yahawah Shalom Daraka. Don't forget the connector right here. There's two Ks. Yahawah Shalom Daraka. Again, we should know Ka denotes you and your, Ya is my. Remember the suffixes, remember the differences.
Just start that. Is Lord have it your way, though? You can't say that for our parents. We make it like And then Sister Barak asks, what is Susanna in the Hebrew?
All right. Sister Ada, I'm gonna get to your question. Let me answer those first two. All right. All right. Oh, come, Bakwash, come. All right, so let me erase this real quick. Bakwash, I hope that's good for you. Again, Yahawah Shawam Daraka. All right. Let's get this first. All right. Damn red marker. All right, so as Leah, name actually isn't hard to break down because there's actually an Israelite with that same similar name in the scriptures. Second Chronicles 34 and 8. There's actually a man named Azariah. And funny enough, your name would literally be just another transliteration of his name, which would be Azariah. Which means Yahawah has reserved and set apart. So Azariah is literally another transliteration of the name Azariah, because the IAH is actually the YAH in your name, which denotes the Father, which is why the YAH is at the ending of it in Hebrew for your name. So Azariah and Azariah are actually the same similar name, of course, just spelled differently, that both mean Atazaliah for the pronunciation, and then Yahawah has reserved and set apart for the meaning. All right, all praises. And then the sister Barak asks, what is Susanna in the Hebrew? It actually has Hebrew origin. Susanna is inside the Apocrypha, but she's also one of the women that ministered unto Christ. Yes, her name is beautiful. It means a lily. But in the Hebrew, it's actually spelled a couple of different ways. So I'm actually going to put them. That's one way. And then that's probably too close. So to answer Sister Bana's question, there's a couple of different ways to spell Susanna in the Hebrew and pronounce it. So Susanna, this would be Shashana. This would be Shawashana. And then this would be Shawashana. And then it means a lily. Again, an Israelite woman, not the one just inside the Apocrypha whose story we know about, but also one of the women that ministered unto Christ. Sister Bana, I hope this answers your question. So Susanna, again, it means lily, Shashana, Shawashana, and then you have Shawashna. Sister Azariah, all praises, Ayam Debar. Does Kellen have any Hebrew origins to it? I don't know if he's mighty warrior in Irish. I wouldn't know. I know Kayal is mighty. Kellen, particularly Aliyaz, I wouldn't know. Oh, and then Sister Ada's question. That was Sister Bana's question. That's the Hebrew. Oh, let me spell it. All right. So to spell all three, all right. So you have Susanna within the Hebraic spellings in English. Again, you have Shashana, you have Shawashana, and then you have Shawashna. And then, of course, in English, it's Susanna. All right, to answer Sister Bana's question. So again, this is the Hebrew of it, and then this is just the English translated from the Hebrew, which would be those names in English. All right, and then let me answer Sister Ida's question. Let me go back up. believe this is the last of them. Sister Ida asks, is the Lord having your way rude? Because we can't say that to our parents. So can we get a lightweight push off? So I want to say first, it depends on context. Says, and remember also David said for the Lord to get up and work. It's not the Lord, it's not David telling the Lord what to do, but David knows the power and the terribleness of the Most High. So it's not as if he's speaking to him as if he's on his level. He's telling the Lord, Lord, look what you're capable of doing. Get up and work. Show us your majesty. Show us your power. Show forth your glory. Right. And in Hebrews, it says, let us come boldly unto the throne of grace. So it's not necessarily a demand, but it's in the sense of boldly declaring your faith and, in a way, exhorting your faith into the Most High because you know what He's capable of doing.
Even when you do that, you have you're in authority, and you know you're in a clear mind of what you actually want, what you're actually commanding of the Lord. The Lord, when He smells that prayer and that fervency of faith, you know, it's at a whole different level. Almost every prophet that prayed that way, the Most High heard, you know, and at times the Most High didn't hear it, but it's the prayer of Vanessa. It's a powerful prayer. You know what I'm saying? And David prayed. You know, all these prophets in the Bible prayed in a certain kind of way, to which the ideology of how we pray today, especially with Christian doctrinization, is like, we're more humble, more like kind of like scared to speak to who the actual creator of us.
Right. It pretty much like it depends, like you just said, it depends on the level of faith you're in, but it's not David is telling the Lord what to do. He's in that level and tapped into that higher frequency because he knows what the Lord is capable of doing. Sister Ida said, Khan, okay, so still said with humility. Absolutely, and remember, it depends on the context, but you did ask them if there's a different way of saying it, so I'm going to put that here from a prayer I did make. So I'll write it. All right. This is kind of along the lines of what Bakwash had asked for earlier when it says, forsake not your servant. You're not telling the Lord what you do, but it's more so of supplication. You're requesting. So remember, it's important that as you're praying, it depends not just on the frequency of your faith, it's also on the boldness and the faith of what it is that you're asking. All right, so let me give the translation in Hebrew for this. So, our Father, I ask you for increase in the spirit, wisdom, and understanding. Forsake not your servant. So Yahawah gave us the example of how we ought to begin our prayers. Yahawah. All right. So, our Father, I ask you for increase in the spirit, wisdom, and understanding. Forsake not your servant. The
Year the our Father.
Oh,
I look you.
yeah, it's kind of marker dries out and then it comes back. All right, now if that's better. All right. So, our Father, I ask you for increase in the spirit, wisdom, and understanding. Forsake not your servant. The translation: Abanawa Yahawah Sha'aya. Remember that name earlier, Salathiel. Sha'al means to ask or request. Sha'aya La Thabawa Baha Wacha Chatma Nakar Washakal La'a Azab Ibat. Our Father Yahawah, I ask for increase in the spirit, wisdom, and understanding. Forsake not your servant. All right. Bakwash and everyone else, this is something also to add to your arsenal of prayers. This is also something to add that you are more than welcome to use. This is just something also that, there has to definitely be some diversity when you pray. And this is definitely something to also request and ask for, only because diversity is also needed. The Lord does not like, again, as Christ commanded, vain repetition said within your prayers. Diversity is also very important when praying.
You know what scripture I like a lot? That says, prepare yourself for pray.
Mm-hmm. That's all right.
It's not, you can't come into the Lord the generic way. Right. You
can't even front the figure, honestly.
Yeah.
Ayan the bar. Yeah, first day back, wanted to keep it simple with the names, but again, to leave you guys with something. Again, this is just this. It doesn't have to be anything long or dragged out. Something simple as this can also be a prayer. Remember that sometimes in prayer, I don't want to permit it, but sometimes you don't need to ask or say for much because the Lord knows our hearts. Sometimes there's the ways that you can stumble upon saying certain things, and it doesn't verbally come out right as you want to express and say it. That's why Yahawah commanded that, don't use vain repetitions and, speaking the same thing over and over again. It's not needed or essential because the Father we have, the Father we serve, He's the Father of spirits. He can understand and read yours. He knows your heart. Not in the Christian dogma sense as they put it, but He knows and understands. Beyond the bar. Bakwash, definitely sincere and contrite, absolutely. Especially the last part, forsake not your servant. La'a Azab Badka. Again, I'll pronounce it. Abanawa Yahawah Sha'aya La Thabawa Baha Racha Chatma Nakar Washakal La'a Azab Badka. up. Leave this up. All right. Absolutely. Sister Yaz, Ayan the bar. Let's close out this class with prayer. Madum Mapanyamakdam. This is a Hebrew prayer. Abanawa Yahawah Baal Allah Athayan Shah Hamawan Kathath Wa Yara'ah Zakar Nawa Atha Haya Kazak Magadol Nathan Nawa Haracha Shah Natazak Wakak La'a Sha'ar Nawa Kak Baka Kak Aisha Ha'awar Yapai Hawa'a Rakya Mawaladath Bun Wa Shamar Nawa Ha'ainab Shal Ha Ashkawal Ha-Baba Shah Ayanya. This is the translation. Our Father, in these times of danger and doubt and fear, remind us you are the strong tower into which we run. Give us the strength, give us the spirit of strength and courage. Let us not deny your glorifying power. Make the light shine, which is your only begotten Son, and preserve us as the grape of the cluster and as the apple of thine eye. In the name of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, the Wadat Yad, Aman.